Good afternoon. Not even good afternoon. It's only 11:40 a.m. here in Auckland, New Zealand. So it's still a good morning to you. And welcome to my broadcast number 87. I'm trying to talk as easily as I can. My voice seems to be running away from me. But good morning, and my name is Julz Paekau, and I am coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. Now, I've been a trusted seller within the TBC community for some time now, and I have the privilege of talking to you through this live broadcast. Should you be an orphan within the TBC community, please feel free to reach out to me if you are looking for some sort of a hand up or some help. Here in the TBC community, there is nothing but help that's available to you. I've been off on the broadcasting circuit for some time now, but happy to be back in circulation, not quite on a daily basis. But I'd like to talk about being in the TBC community. Now, times are tough, and talking about money is probably usually the one thing that many people don't want to talk about unless they're receiving it. Now, here within the TBC community, if you're new here and you've just signed up, maybe you've paid your $10 fee, maybe you haven't. And if you have a problem with doing that, please let me know. But if you have paid your TBC, please be familiar with the TBC blog area. TBC blog, I'll put that in the chat area. Should you want to go to this just a minute. I just want to put this here. So, should you be sorry. And this will take you to an area where you can learn all you want to know about TBC, the TBC community, as well as coming to the daily broadcast. There are many broadcasters that are helpful. We do our daily broadcasts because the area is a 24/7 live broadcast area. And as we have gone along, many people are now realising that in order to be in TBC, the 24/7 broadcast gives you an opportunity to put yourself out there. Now, I've learned since I've been in TBC that this is probably the one most vital areas in the TBC community that allows you a voice. I am the voice of many, and I can utilise this time. We have been given 30-minute slots to utilise this time as best to our value. Now, many TBC broadcasters bring so much value to the table, which allows new people to partner up with a broadcaster. Now, our time is value, just like your time is. So, other broadcasters will bring value at a cost. It used to be that you'd give your time, but people would suck that time out of you. And then you realise you've given so much value away for nothing. Now, this is the only reason I mention this. Our time is valuable, and we want you to learn that your time also is valuable. Once you learn the steps that TBC has instilled for us. Now, you wouldn't find a better TBC, a better admin than we have here, right, at TBC. Thank you, Ken Von Moody, for coming. I'm so honoured to have you here. I'm just back from a bit of a long spell of not having done a broadcast, so I'm very happy that you are here. I'm just talking about bringing a good posture to the TBC community when you're doing your daily broadcasts. So TBC admin has asked Brandy to keep our broadcasts at a 30-minute limit. In saying that, there's nothing. Yes, sorry, I was at a funeral yesterday, Kenville. Sorry about that. And keeping his daily broadcasts to a 30-minute limit. And I think that's fair enough, because some of us can go on. We've all learned as broadcasters to go over our 30-minute limit. But what that also involves, although you cannot put your slots in twice, you still have the privilege of going in and doing another broadcast outside the slot that you have chosen for the day. So you're not limited by doing an extra broadcast, as we see that Stephen Cuffey does on a daily basis. And so that's another added benefit for the broadcasters who do their daily broadcasts. Become a daily broadcaster. You'll be so empowered by being able to reach out to people and connect as often as you like. Because although some people are very camera shy, and getting to know them and maybe learning to get through those barriers with them. Now, what we also have been asked is to, get people onto your broadcasts and broadcasting, to come onto your live broadcast. At the moment, I don't know how to share that link. I'll have to ask around how to find that link to get other people. Kia ora, Serene's TBC Prayer Warrior. Thank you for coming along. As I said, I've had a bit of a break. My voice is still not up to scratch, but I was looking through the broadcasting area, and this slot sprung up, which I wasn't aware that I had a slot on. So why not utilise it, eh? So I just logged onto it and thought I'd do a broadcast. But my subject today has been about bringing good posture to our broadcast. The other day, when I did do a broadcast the other day, and because I had not long woken up, I looked back on that video and I thought, how terrible was that? Because I was so relaxed, I was slumped in my seat, and I looked like I'd just woken up, and that was not a posture to bring to my daily broadcast, because I don't normally do that. But I felt so relaxed, I just thought, I'll just lay back and do this broadcast. But no, that wasn't the thing to do. Also, having been away from the broadcasting scene, I thought, well, I don't need a chat area because nobody's going to come in. And that in itself was a mistake, because it doesn't matter, like we all know, whether you're there by yourself or not. Be prepared. Always have the chat room open and ready. You never know. And as I'm so happy that Kenville Moody and you, Serene's TBC Prayer Warrior, have come into my broadcast today. And so I realised that I said, you know, I got a bit too complacent and slipped, you know. So I won't make that mistake again. And because I think it's a valuable lesson to all us broadcasters, as we all do, many of us do it. We sit up and we're responsible for our broadcast. And so we're all doing a brilliant job. But in realising what I had done, not putting the chat, and I actually think I did it twice. I left the chat room off because I thought, well, nobody's going to come. And I think it was early hours of the morning. Well, to my surprise, you know, when I went back to check, and then, you know, I had 4 viewers in there, and I thought, oh my gosh, that was terrible because I didn't interact. So that in itself is not allowing me to interact with the people who come to my broadcast. So I will not be making that mistake again. But as I said, thank you so much, guys, for coming into my broadcast. Now, I have joined with Randy Wilson in his fast cash flow training. Now, I must highly commend Kia ora, Bitcoin Scott. Thank you so much for being here. I must reiterate, and I have told my team, that to get into Randy Wilson's, thank you, Serene. Absolutely privileged to have such a welcoming community around me. And to get into that position with Randy Wilson, and along with Bitcoin Scott and many of the other leaders, Pritam Kumar, and who else is there? Margaret Smith. There's a few people that have joined Randy Wilson in his cash flow training. And I must, good afternoon, Crypto TBC. Thank you for coming along to my broadcast. I've just been talking about my posture because I feel that it's very important to have good posture when you're doing your broadcast, as you have all shown. And I was just talking about my previous video where I was just so complacent that to look back on it, it was terrible because I didn't even put a chat room in, and, you know, so a couple of mistakes that I had made that I realised that wasn't going to get me through my broadcasting. So, you know, for me to step up and not be so complacent anymore. But yeah, and I'm just also reiterating the training that Randy gives in the fast cash flow area. It's a very rewarding. There were so many flaws that I have in my search for sharing, not only sharing the TBC opportunity, but also in the way that I close well, not close, but, you know, getting people to, you may get them over the $10, to pay their $10, but to actually get them to part with their money to buy the TBC is a hurdle that I honestly have had a problem with. And so these are issues that we'll be dealing with, and I have highly recommended people to join Randy Wilson for $10 a week. And we've had 3 sessions now, and it's just changed my perspective on what I have been doing. Yeah, I know I've been off the scene for a few weeks now, but I'm slowly getting everything together and being able to manage my time that I can now do a broadcast and get things done in the other areas. Now, I know one major thing over the last month is that I've learned to team up with what I feel is very important for me as far as my health is concerned. And I have taken on a health issue with Kangen water. Now, Kangen water is a water filtered through a machine. You might want to look it up. I'll put the name of it on. It's not in no way am I advertising that to you, to anybody. What it has done for me personally is leveled me to a position that now all the medication and the chemo that I do is all being leveled out due to this water that I've been on for 3 weeks now. I do not drink tap water anymore. All the water I drink comes through this machine, and it's done nothing but good for me. So all I'm saying is that I am teaming up because I thought, what could be a better combination in my life right now than to combine my health with abundance. Kangen water brings that health to my life, and TBC brings me that abundance. And so, yes, I'm working this out because my daughters are actually distributors of this Kangen machine. And so I don't need to do much in that area. As long as I'm getting the water that I need, because this machine gives levels of water from a child, from a baby to the very sick. And with what's been happening with me, I am absolutely thrilled that I now have these two things in my life that are doing me a world of good. So, I just wanted to put that out there that, you know, although we like to be diverse in what we do, I feel like I found a good combination without too much stress on me. So thank you so much, guys. Serene's TBC Warrior, Melville Moody, Crypto TBC, and Bitcoin Scott, thank you so much for coming along. Now, what I'm trying to do also is keep to the 30 minutes that we all tend to go over. And we're all doing such a brilliant job, and it's so awesome to be connected with everybody. I do want to do another broadcast later on because I actually have got a slot booked in. I don't know where this one came from. It wasn't even my slot, but it came to my YouTube, so I just clicked on it and went with it. So thank you, guys. It means a lot to me because you know, I've got a little bit of catching up to do, but having to keep up with having to come into all your broadcasts when I can. If I'm not there, you can guarantee I'm not far away. So thank you once again, and I'm going to sign off now, and I'd really like to catch up with you all again later. And so this is Julz and Paekau from Auckland, New Zealand, thanking you for the afternoon that you've spent with me, and I'll catch you in my next broadcast. Thank you. Bye for now.